Now, Donald Trump supporters claim that they are not sexist whatsoever, that opposing Hillary Clinton is not sexist, that no, Democrats, you're the sexist ones. That's it. You're the sexist ones. We're not. How dare you call us deplorables? Well, here's a video from a Trump supporter named Dave Daubenmire, who proves the point that, yes, a lot of the opposition to Hillary Clinton is indeed sexism. Watch.
I want to throw something out, probably going to make me a lot of enemies, but I try to tell the truth all the time. I wonder when was the last time you and your church, religious leaders, Christians, when was the last time you heard your pastor give a sermon on the fact that women shouldn't be in leadership? Oh, say, coach, those are old times. We don't live like that anymore. Women and men are equal. Well, women and men may be equal, and they are equal. But I think it's pretty clear that the Bible teaches us that women should not be in authority over a man. You say, well, that just applies in the church. Really? So biblical principles only apply in the church? What's the point you're making? Here's the point I'm making. With all that's going on with Trump and everybody screaming and hollering about that, when is the last time your pastor stood up in the pulpit and said, hey, listen, we cannot vote for Hillary Clinton because women are not to have authority over men? If we want to follow the Bible, that sure be a good place to start, wouldn't it? Rather than worrying so much about the immorality of a sinful man, what about the biblical principle that when a woman rules over a man, when children rule over a man, it's a sign of judgment of the Lord. Women, presidents, I don't think that's biblical.
No, not sexism at all. No, of course not. Really? Women, look, women and men may be equal, right? But they should not have, they shouldn't be leaders. They just can't be. I mean, God says that they shouldn't be leaders, right? But they're equal. Does this man not understand the word equal? Look, we could look it up in the dictionary for him. I mean, it's pretty easy. Google search. Equal. Saying that they can't be leaders because they're simply women. Not equality. But I'm going to get to his hypocrisy on this a little later, on the women thing. But look, here's the irony about this, right? This guy likely despises Islam, for example, right? Despises Muslims, supports Trump's Muslim ban, is afraid of creeping Sharia law that would ironically take women's rights away. Oh, wait a minute. He wants to take women's rights away. No, what he's doing is he wants to adopt his own version of Sharia law where women cannot become leaders. Now, here's the thing. His view, the Bible's view, and the Quran's view on women is virtually identical on how they treat women. Cover them up. Don't let them do certain things. Don't let them out of the house. The man is in control of the family. The women cannot be in control. They cannot be leaders. They cannot be clergy or whatever. Essentially identical. That's not to say that we don't practice that here in the West. We don't. For the most part, we are much more progressive on women's rights. American Christians, much, much more progressive on women's rights than Middle Eastern Muslims. You just have to look at Saudi Arabia, for example, or Iran. Look at the state of women's rights over there. There's no question that it's better here than it is over there. But here's this dumbass, this douchebag, trying to say, you know what? Those ideas that they've got going over there, we should have them here. But I hate Islam. Really? Look. Okay. This guy, Dave Daubenmire, he wants to bring this kind of thing over here. He wants to force his religious beliefs on everyone else. And part of these religious beliefs are no women in power. Okay. Well, here's some irony about that. Now, do you remember when Michelle Bachmann ran for president? Or Carly Fiorina? Or any of the GOP women? Because there are GOP women that have ran for president. Did he say anything about them? Did he come out and say, you know what? The Bible says you can't actually run for president because you're a woman. You got a vagina. We can't have that. No, you didn't hear that at all. He was nowhere to be seen. So look, this is an example of somebody using religion, fundamentalist religion, for political reasons. He doesn't like Hillary Clinton. That's fair. If you don't like Hillary Clinton, if you don't like her policies, okay, that's fair, right? Now, if you want to say and dupe your followers into saying she can't be president because simply she's got no dangly bits in between her legs, well, that's completely different, and that's actually incredibly un-American. Now, here's the other thing, right? This is the same guy who was worried about transgender people going into bathrooms with girls, right? The irony is he's supporting a guy who regularly walked in on the changing rooms of models, some of them who were teenagers at the time, as young as 15 years old. Why don't you get worried about that guy going into the changing room, going into the bathroom? Because it seems like that's something that Donald Trump would do because he's done it before. He's a hypocrite, man. He's an absolute hypocrite. Look, if you really want to, if you really believe in this stuff, a 2,000-year holy book, there are places that you can go. For example, I mentioned Iran. You'd fit in with the mullahs. I mean, look at that. They've got no women in power. They've got prayer in school, religious government. You love that stuff. No democracy. Absolutely, you love that stuff. It's a fundamentalist paradise. Go there. Leave our secular democracy alone. Now, look, vote for whoever you want. A vagina, no vagina. Look, there are plenty of reasons to despise Hillary Clinton, but what's in between her legs shouldn't matter. And whatever some ancient holy book tells you also shouldn't matter. And that's what we're trying to point out here. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent, non-corporate media, go to our Patreon page and become a patron. Patreon.com/TYTNation.